Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Code. So in the previous video, I have shown how to log in with the custom user, with the Facebook account, with the Google account, and with the GitHub account. So I have implemented Open Authentication version 2 in Spring Security 6. So you can see in the previous video, we can log in with the custom user here, for the Facebook account here, for the GitHub account here, and for the Google account. And so now in this video, I have shown to you how to store the open authentication for the Google, Facebook, or GitHub into your database. So you can see here is a database for the store the user and for store the row. And now we will continue from the period and continue to store the open authentication user to the database. So first here is a project. So I also push my code into the GitHub. You can go it and you can compare and you can see. So for the store the user open authentication user to database, so I new the column in the database is private string provider ID. Provider ID is separate with the Google, with the Facebook, and with the GitHub. So for that, first you can see for that. So I will create the enum for the provider, because we have also for the Google, Facebook, GitHub, and for the local. And I will add new from service here. I will add new package open authentication, and I add new for the DTO here. I will add new for the entity here. For the enum provider here. For the enum provider here, it is store the provider ID line, and here is the logo of Facebook or the Google or the GitHub here. Here is the provider to store the site we have the login. So after we have the provider here in the user service implement here, for the insert the user, we must add new provider here. The access provider here, provider ID is provider logo name for store like in the site for the logo. So for the next step, we will so I will show to you the property. So again about the property of the user open authentication here. So now in the home here, so I will show to you. I will restart with the debug mode. So I will log out, and you can see we will log in with the Facebook. You can see for the Facebook, you can get the authentication with the principal here, the attribute here with ID, name, and the email. And we will store the name, the email into the into the database. And for the GitHub here, I will for the, and then for the Google, for the GitHub here, you can see for the GitHub the authentication also has attribute, the many attribute, but you can see for the GitHub we can read the login with ID. You can get the many the property at here, and we get the login with the name. And so now I will next step here. I go to the Google. You can see the Google. We can read the many attribute here. You can see the name, the email, and the ID token. But you can see that in the Google we have the different property. In the Facebook we can get the different property, and for the GitHub we also get different property. So to store some property to the database, the next in here we must custom the user for the open authentication. So now we will first new the because for the open out I will ask new the Java class is so open authentication user. We ask new Java class is open authentication tool user. Yeah, and because you can see the Facebook, the GitHub, and the Google we also for the open authentication. And then we will new the parent class for the object class open authentication user. And in the object parent class we have the protected map string and object, and here is an attribute. Here is a field protected because because for the parent for the child class can because the parent class only for the child class to read to override the attribute, and then we must define as protected. And public object string, so a new method to get name, and publish object string for the guest email, because the name in the email is the main property to read and to store database. And publish open office. So user here. So I will change the name. I click to refactor here. Open authentication tool user detail. Here we also post the also add the constructor and attribute, and this does attribute equals attribute, And here is a parent class. I modify as an object because some property here is not checked, and I will add new the Java class for the user, for the Facebook, and for the GitHub, and for the Google. So firstly, we have add for the GitHub, for the Google. Google open authentication to user. So I think is the name is open authentication Google user here. So it then from the open authentication user detail and implement override some method here to get property. And also we will also publish the constructor Google user here, map string objects attribute. Here this does attribute equal attribute. And because from the from the super attribute, because we also call the constructor from the parent class here. And for you can see the Google and the Facebook has some different property. So for the Google we also get the name. So now in the here we can see I will log out, and for the Google here you can see we will get the name, get the email here, and we get the name here for the name and get the email to store to the database. And then to get this we will return the attribute does get for the name. The name is key is name, and we must cast to string, because you can see here all of here is a property, and we will get the key is name. We get the key name from the attribute, we get the name, get the key is name, and then we will return the zone correct is name. And here for the email is also get and string attribute as guess here is email. So here we get the name and we get the email to store the database. And next we will create the Facebook open authentication for the true for the Facebook user. Also we extend from the open authentication user detail true, and we will use the methods public for the constructor open authentication Facebook user map string object attribute, and from call the super call from the open authentication user detail. And now we will log in with the Facebook. You can see here we also get the name and get the email. It is the same, and we get the name and get the email here for the Facebook. Also and cat to string and attribute does guest name string attribute plus guest email. And the next we will go to the with hash, and first new the class in open authentication with hash user. So it then from user detail and public with hash public our user from the map string objects for the attribute. So from call the super attribute and implement two methods to get the name and get the email. Now for the GitHub, you can see the GitHub with many property, but we cannot get the we can see the name in null and the email in null, username in null, and now we can see the login. The login has a property, and so we will for the name we will get the name. So we will return the string attribute plus guest name, and the name is and string attribute plus guest for the login. And you can see we can only get the property of this. So I will check to get property. Yeah, so I think we will get ID. For the name we will get the for the name we will also get the login. And so I think we will for the name because it's null we will get the null. We will insert the null to the database. So you can see that we also provide us the provider ID, and as a column here is name equal provider ID, and we also have provider ID from the GitHub, Google, or Facebook, and give us the property to get the name, get the email, and here. So the next step we will so the next step I think we will add the new the factory to manipulation with the Google, Facebook, and GitHub user. So I will plus new for the open authentication to user detail factory. Yeah. From here we will get the property of the user account, of the Google account, GitHub account, Facebook account to manipulate and public static open authentication user detail, because we also is open authentication user, and then for the Google or for the Facebook or for the GitHub also return for the open authentication user detail. Guest open authentication user detail here, and we add string resist JSON ID and map string objects, string object here, and here is the attribute. So at here we will check if the registration ID equal provider plus Facebook plus Google plus name. We will return new for the Google here. We push attribute here. Else if registration ID does equal provider does Facebook does name here, we will return new Facebook and pass attribute here, and else if registration ID does equal provider does with has does name, here we will return the new with as user and pass attribute here, and else if provider is not all of this, we will throw new by exception here for the course is here, and as a new message, sorry, log in with resist JSON ID, resist JSON, log in with plus with registration ID is not supported here. So you can see we have done for the method to add the open authentication user detail from the Google, from Facebook and the GitHub. And so now you can see we can see for the if authentication with the custom user, we also implement from the user detail. And now for the open authentication, it is the same. So I first new open authentication user detail custom, and must implement from the open authentication user and user detail here, and we will add the override the methods here. You can see because so from the open authentication we have some property here, and for the open authentication user detail custom we also have some property is long ID, because we have also a set to database, private string, username, private string, password, and private list trusted authority to authority here, and we pass a list library and private map string object. Also we can will return the attribute of open authentication user, and public open authentication user detail custom here, user detail custom here, as a contractor with a long ID, string username, list granted authority for the authority, the constructor here, and also username string password here, and this ID equal ID, this does username equal username, this does password equal password, and this does authority equal authority. And for the here password, we return the password, username, we return the username, and for the account, for the supportee, for the here we also so I think we will have some property like for the custom user here, and here, and we return account not defined, account not lost, creator not defined, and here is enable. And for the get attribute, so we have here for the attribute, so we return the attribute here, and the authority, return the authority, and for the get name we will return string, not value of ID, because it's not required. And we also delete this, and then you can see we also have the user detail custom, and then we as new the custom user detail service like you can see we have the user detail custom here, and also we have the user detail service custom. And for the open authentication it's the same. We also I will use the packet here in security. I will add the user detail custom here, and here I will new custom open authentication user detail service here. And for the custom open authentication detail service must extend from the default open authentication user service here, and we add annotation service. And now at here we also we must override from method load user here, and method load user here we will get the user from the open authentication from the Google, Facebook, or the GitHub. And now so from the load user here we will get the open authentication user equal super dot load user here, and we will add the check exception to throw the message or throw error. You can see we return so we will use the method to return the open authentication user to check its database. Because we have stored the open authentication user to the database, then we will check if the user has stored or not. If stored, we will return to the page. If not, we will create the user into the database. So we will use the method here, private open authentication user. So here checking open authentication user here, and we must get the open authentication user request and open authentication user here. So in this method, we will check if the user has stored or not. Here, open authentication user, open authentication user detail equal factory, because we have here we will use the detail factory to get the open authentication user. Here we will open authentication user detail factory to get open authentication user detail, and in this method here we must provide the registration ID and attribute. So from the registration ID we can get from the open authentication user request. So request dot get client registration dot get registration ID, and for the attribute we can get from open authentication user and get attribute here. You can see, and after we have the open authentication user detail, we will check if the object youtube.emp user here. So we will throw new by exception here. Here is code and can not found user here. Connect found user from property here. And now if the user had we get the user from the Google, Facebook or GitHub account, we will check. So I just use the method for the user repository here. Optional user file by username and provider ID, string username, string provider ID. So this method will check if the open authentication has stored or not. Here user optional user equal. So we must add the we must inject private final user repository user here, and the annotation require argument constructor to auto inject the constructor, and user repository dot file by username and provider ID. And for username here we must from the open authentication user detail dot get the email, and for the ID we will get from the open authentication request. Thus get client ID. Here I get the registration and get the registration ID. Here you can see, and then so we will check if user does present. Here if user has store, and we will show here user here user equal user does yes, because it present, then we can get the user. And if we will check when open authentication user, here I will change name here, and user detail we will change here user detail does get provider ID does equal provider does value up with open authentication user request dot get registration does get registration ID here. And if the provider ID, so I think we don't need for this we only compare with the registration ID, because it also get the string. Here you can see if the user detail not get provider ID not equal to the current registration ID, we will throw new by exception here. The code is 400 and the message is invalid sign login with registration with, so I will plug with the first with the user detail not get provider ID, the simple message. And you can see if the user detail if we can get the user from the open authentication user detail, and if in here for the condition here, if the user has store, we will, because from the Google, Facebook or GitHub, we also can change the name of the account, change some property of the account like name, because and we must update in the database here. User, or here we will update user, update open authentication user detail here. And if else, for the else here, for the other condition, if user not found, because if user is not present, it means that the Google account or the open authentication account is the first to log in with your server, and then we must register the new user here, register new open authentication user detail here. And here is a true method to store and to update the open authentication account. And then here we will add the true method. The first is publish user user here to register here, and another method is public user updates here. And for the register new user, we also must get the open authentication user request, and for the user detail, open authentication user detail. Okay. And for the update, because we must user for the update, because we also user also has stock, for example, we must update the property of the user detail. Open authentication user detail. Yeah. And here the user equal here, and user equal here. We also provide the user and provide the open authentication user detail, and here. So here is user detail. Here for we will provide user request and user detail, and here we will for the update, because we have the user had been installed, and then we must update user dot set the username, set the, so I think because the username is not changed, so in property of the user here we have the, so I think because we also have the username, then we can change here, set username equal open authentication detail dot get email here, and we return to the user repository dot update dot save user here. And here for the if we register the new open authentication user detail, we must create a new user equal new user here, and user dot set username equal open authentication detail not get the email, user dot set the provider ID equal open authentication request get client registration and get registration ID, and user set the enable equal true, user set some property equal true, set the coordinator not equal account non logged here equal true, and we also user dot set row new access, and user dot get row must add, so we must add row for the user. We will inject the new Firebase final row repository here, and we will row dot file by name row user here, and also we will save it here user repository or save the user here. We will return for, so it is the same for the user detail custom here. Here the same for the detail service. We have set username and set row and set provider ID. See, we have set username because we cannot get the password of open authentication. Then we do set the password and set provider ID and set row, and then the last we will save the user to the database. And here after here we get the user detail, and then we return new open authentication user detail custom with the user detail get ID. Yeah. And user detail plus get username, user detail plus get row plus change plus map from the row new simple authority row dot get name dot character to list. And you can see, and we will also we have the user detail custom here. We got the authority password here, so I will just new user detail plus yes password here, you can see. And here we have return user detail service. And so now so we come back to the method load user, and we will return the checking open authentication user. We will pass the parameter for the checking is here. We will user request here and open authentication user. And if the some exception here, we will get the authentication exception here, and we will throw the exception here, and we will catch the exception here. We will throw new internal authentication service exception. We will return res message and res count here to, and then we delete this cost. So here, so I will explain about the flow. Here, the method, the load user here, you can load the Google, Facebook, or GitHub account from the open authentication, and from the here you can get the user, you can get the open authentication user with many property. And we will return the method checking authentication user, because we can check the this account has stored to the database or not. If stored, then in the method here we can so we from the open authentication factory here we can get the open authentication user detail from the Google, Facebook, or GitHub. And in that we can get the open authentication user detail. Then we can check if the user check is database, if the account has store or not. If store, we will update some property, but you can custom any property you want. And now and on the other hand, if the account is the first time to authentication in the server, we can set to the database by the new account. And now we have successful custom user from the open authentication. And the next step, we will config to the app to here. So you can see. So you can see that when here we had default for the login for the open authentication, and for the flow to config with the custom open authentication user. We have a new for the user info endpoint and user service equal custom open authentication user detail service. So I will add new private custom authentication detail service here, and as annotation to y to the inject to the create a new bin, and here user detail custom user detail service, and the next we will we must some filter to check if succeed or not, and here and for the succeed handler here, and for the future handler here, and we must manage the session because we will change for the section policy section dot section creation policy if required. If required here you can see, if you see the document, you can see the Spring Security will only create the HTTP section if required, and or we can change some property like always never always create the session, never create the session, or if required create only one the HTTP session if required, or for the stateless never create the HTTP session. And if you change to the stateless, you cannot authentication with Google, Facebook, or GitHub, or other open authentication because from the open authentication we use the section to store the security contact holder here. So for the succeed and for the future, we also add new security and add new the package handler here. For the handler here, we will add new the here I will add new the support class custom open authentication future handler future here fuller, so I think fuller not future, and I will add new custom open authentication success handler. So for the future here, we will extend from simple URL authentication future handler, and we will override the method on authentication publish here for the method on authentication future here. So this method we will redirect send redirect to request response, and if the future we also if the authentication fail, we will return to the login page, and we use annotation component to manage to inject as a bin. And for the succeed here, we also extend from simple. So for the future is from the simple authentication future handler, and then the succeed is also from simple URL authentication success handler and authentication component here, and also override the method on authentication success handler here. And in this method we also get redirect strategy dot send redirect to request response and redirect to the home dash index, because the home dash index is the default for the default success URL. And now we have the custom authentication filter and success, and we will add the index here, index to config private of custom authentication filter handler here, and auto-write private custom open custom success here. And for the filter here success, we also for the custom success and filter for the custom filter here. And we can see that I have so about all the config here. For the login page, is a login and default success is the whole index. And for the user endpoint, we must check for the custom user detail service. And for the success, we also use for the custom success handler and custom filter handler. And for the section management, we only create the section if required. And now another step is we go to the config the open authentication, because you can see for the open authentication can check the custom of the open authentication user detail service. We must add some scope to checking the authentication. For the Google, we will set scope is the email and profile. For the GitHub, scope is user email and risk user. And for the Facebook, scope is email and public profile. Yeah. So now we have successful config the security for the custom for the store to open authentication. So now we will restart the project here. And in the database, you can see the database is Spring Security, and you can see Spring Security, the user here have the two user is shellcode admin and shellcode user, and provider is null, because I add this column in this video and another video for period is not. And now we will go to the here and I will log out. So now I will click login with Google here, and I will sign with the risk zone. So I will check. Here you can see Here is the message for the relationship mapping with the two table row and user, and in the user here, in the entity user here, I will change the cascade type equal the text here, and now I will restart the project. And here, so I will go again. You can see I will log in with Google, and so now I run at debug mode. So I will debug to you to debug at here, log by user here. I will debug, and I will custom user details service. Here I will put some debug mode here, and I will see to you, I will show to you. So now here I will log in with Google, choose with the crystal, and you can see here load by user here, and you can see you can get the attribute for the Google name, for the email, and here for the authority. And after that we will go to the go to here, we will go to the next point here. You can see here the checking user here, so I will get the, you can see for the checking here, you can get the from the open authentication user detail, you can get some attribute here, and then you can check if the empty field because the user had present. And then in next step to here the user, and you can see because here is the first time here is the first time, here you can see because here is the first time code tutorial is present. So provider, so I will check here. You can see here because the provider here had the user with the Google have installed, and then we have checked the user had present, and then I will next step here. You can see I will here. You can see we can log in with the Google here, and the account has been installed provider in Google, and username is a tutorial1 gmail.com. The password it will not store because we cannot get the password, and some property here, and we go to the user role. You can see here because the user role is not safe. So now I will check for the user here because the user has not stored from then, and so I think we must change the code to store the user. So I will check to the code here, custom user detail service, file by name user, and and here you can see. So I will delete. First thing I will delete. So I think because this account have been stored in the exception, because we don't use the transaction, and then the account have been stored, and then I will remove the account and do it again. Now first I will restart project. And now for the I will log out, and for the Google here, create zone, and you can see for the load user here, you can see that I will here, I will here, I will so I will throw it. You can see load user, check the user, checking user not empty. You can see because the user is empty, then we will register the user here. Like that here, register as a new, and then here you can see set the username, provider ID and role, and then we save the user here, and we can go to the home dash index, and in the database you can see we have the account, have the username, provider ID, and for the user role I will here you can see user ID is 4 and role ID is 2, have the role the user. And now for the here we can go to the user here, welcome back user here, SQL tutorial 1, and we go back and log out. So now we will log in with the Facebook, and then at here I will here, because the Facebook provider is a new provider by Facebook, it is the same. We can register the user with the Facebook. Here you can see go to the database. Here the new user account here, SQL tutorial with the Facebook here, and next also we go to user here, the same, and we get the user role here, also have the role user. And now we go back, we go log in with the GitHub, and you can see here also register the new user because the GitHub is the first time. Now we can go to the user here, we can see SQL tutorial with the GitHub, and for the role also have a role is user. And now you can see for the user, click to the user here, welcome back SQL tutorial. And now for the I will log out, and you can see I will log in again with the Facebook, with the Google here. So here for the Facebook here, the first time I log in with the username is SQL tutorial 1, and then now we log in the same with the SQL tutorial 1. So you can see we're checking the user here, user not empty. Here you can see that the Hibernate, the SQL. something the open authentication is not run normally, so we will wait. Also checking. So also I think because we have I will do it again. Log in into Google. So go to tutorial 1, and you can see checking here, user here. So now we will find this like code, we will find to the database. You can see the user had been found, and we have the user here, and then the next step you can get the user here, and you can see because the user had been stored in the database, then we update. We go to the method to update. You can see update, and now we also log in with the Google account, and so you can see that I will successfully show to you how to store open authentication with Google, Facebook, GitHub into the database. So it is very complicated and very complicated. So I think for my course I will put into the GitHub, and you can see and see it to know, to more understand. So you can see this private video, and my video, this video is end now. And if you have any question, you can comment, or you can contact me in Facebook with Learn with Code. So thank you very much. Thank you for watching.